Hey guys, this is Kavan from Otaku Next.
Hi, I'm Devashish from Otaku Next.
So today we're going to talk to you about Legion. Legion? How do you pronounce it?
Legion, Legion.
Okay, so firstly, I'd just like to say, I do not know this character very well, and this is why we have Devashish in the house. He's the man in the house to go to all the knowledge about Marvel, DC, anime, games, everything. So that's why we have him here as well.
Thank you.
And so tell me, Devashish.
Yeah.
Legion. Who is he, firstly?
Well, I mean, Legion as a character, he was first introduced in the comic books, and it was during I think 1989, I believe. Yeah. So I mean, his name is David Haller, but you might know him better as the son of Charles Xavier, the superpower ball.
Is that a spoiler now? Is that a spoiler?
That is not a spoiler. I mean, like, this is just.
Most people should know this.
Yeah, most people should know this.
If you are like a Marvel fan or X-Men fan.
Yeah, or X-Men fan. But what people must keep in mind is David Haller is not a very stable mutant, and he has abilities that can really warp reality, harm people unintentionally. I mean, if he wanted to. But the thing with him is the TV show.
So he cannot control it.
No, he can't. I mean, like, he has a difficult time controlling because he has schizophrenia.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to ask you. Like, the reason why I'm talking to you about Legion is I just watched the 5th episode of the TV show that's going on, like the live action TV show. It's not animated, it's not comic, and I found it pretty scary. Like, I'm not a very big fan of horror stuff, and I found this a little bit scary. And I was wondering, does it reflect the comics? Is it like that in the comics, for example? Or have they taken a little bit of their own turn, their own twist to the character and the actual series?
I mean, in every film adaptation, like when you pull it directly from the comic books, I mean, it is going to be different. But what I want to tell you is it's no more different in the comics than it is being portrayed.
So it is like that?
It is like that, and it's scarier at times, you know?
Yeah, even in the comics?
Yeah, even in the comics.
So is it directed to a young audience or a much more mature audience?
I mean, this is, I believe
the series looks like it's for a mature audience.
I mean,
but I'm wondering about the comics. How true is it to the origin, you know?
I mean, the character development seems to be going very well until now. I mean, like, they're staying true to who David Haller is as a character, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a parallel universe, that's what FX has actually said, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is a parallel universe, but it still ties in.
Parallel to the movies, you mean?
To the movies, yes. But it is still a part of that universe. Like, let's say, the X-Men franchise that Fox owns, you know? Or, like, let's say, the other, like, shows that they have, like Deadpool, you know? That's also, they have the rights for that. So, basically, David Haller is portrayed pretty well inside. I feel the actor has done a really good job, you know, like showing like how disturbed he is, like the suffering that he has to go through. Because throughout, like, if you notice episode 1 and 2, like, he thinks he's crazy. He doesn't know he has abilities. He just knows he has a mental condition and he wants help. But the thing is, he soon, spoiler alert, sorry guys, like episode 1, I mean, I'm just giving you a brief synopsis about it. Like, he later finds out that he has abilities, but then the people want to use him, like even the good people and the bad people. But the poor guy, all he wants to do in life is to find a place, you know, and live a normal life. But I mean, he can't really do that when he makes stuff levitate around the room, and you know, when he starts seeing the fat, creepy guy in the corner. You guys saw the fat, creepy guy, right?
So moving on with the spoilers, the guy, the flat, creepy, scary, devilish-looking guy, is that also in the comics?
I mean, it is a representation of his persona. So
that is also a persona.
Yeah,
because they keep talking about like a parasite, you know, infecting him and like keeping a place in his brain and surviving there. So it kind of the show actually makes you feel as if, because like I don't know the Legion as much, it makes it feel as if something when he was young, like an older, like they say, an older person, right?
Yes.
With some kind of power actually is living inside his brain. So it makes it seem as if it's someone else, right? But it's still inside him, like it's a made up, like it's his persona. It's not like an actual physical person that is living in him, right? Just
I mean, the thing is, for normal people who suffer from schizophrenia, they have multiple personality disorders, but the body that they inhabit is still the same. The personality might be different, but it's still the same person. But when you're talking about an omega level mutant or a very strong telepath, you know, like when you look at the X-Men universe, anything is possible, right? So what David Haller can actually do is create different personalities within himself, which are a part of himself, but they desire, let's say, different things in life. David Haller is a very stable person, but another personality might come out that has a different mutant ability or a different ability, but who's not as nice as David Haller. He could be a serial killer as well.
But why is this guy so scary looking?
Because he's a very scary looking creature.
Persona is in the comics as well, right?
Yes, it is.
And do they show him like this guy, this bad guy?
I don't know which persona this is, because David Haller juggles through like thousands and hundreds of different personalities. Okay. So this might be one of the darker ones. But the thing is, like, this is all happening inside himself. So this is his power. I mean,
so let's say moving on with the show. What do you think is like going to happen in the next few episodes?
Well, you see, like, I mean,
does he come into terms with this bad, ugly being, or starts to control this power? Like, what do you think will happen in this season at least?
I mean, I like the show until now, but it's just because of the fact that they address a very humane side to David Haller, rather than, like, you know, the other X-Men movies in which you go and then you're like, okay, you are a very gifted individual, you know, who has abilities, but you are still ostracized by the rest of society, but then you have a purpose in life. You go and join the Xavier's institution, you save the world, or you go and join the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants with Magneto and you kill humans. I mean,
but what do you think will happen with this series?
With this series, I mean, they are at a war with the government, so most probably they are going to use David Haller on the field.
So he will start to learn about his powers more and control it more.
Yeah, he will start to use his powers, but the thing is, I don't think he'll have full control over it, because even in the comic books, he never really has full control over his abilities. Like, he's always like, he has control over a certain period of time, but then he always loses the abilities. I mean, like, he loses control of his powers. So I think that's the same thing that's going to happen here. But I feel that David Haller's character is going to play a very pivotal role in, like, the power shift and the paradigms between, like, the government and the X-Men that exists until now, or like not the X-Men or the mutants that he's working with.
So now that you've mentioned X-Men, do you think this show will bring in more X-Men characters as well? Do you think they'll do that?
I think that would be a very good introduction. What I really want to see is Patrick Stewart reprise his role as Charles Xavier one last time. I know that's asking too much from him, from like Old Man Logan, what we saw. I mean, like, that was amazing. But I mean, like, he's very open to the idea. I mean, recently I saw this article that he's pretty open to the idea of appearing on the TV show, and I think that'll give a good closure to David Haller, you know, like with the father and son connection.
So you think they will have some X-Men?
I think they will. I think because this is based around the whole X-Men universe itself, right? So
and they also now we're talking about the whole X-Men, and now we have to talk about the whole Marvel universe as well.
Yeah.
So now they've got Marvel Studios that they do the big budget movies. But this is Marvel Television.
Yes.
So do you think, like how they did Marvel Studios with the big TV screen, in Marvel Television, they'll start bringing in other Marvel characters and creating other smaller TV shows, you know, like they've already done with Daredevil, but like how United, like how they did, how DC has done it with the Arrowverse and the Flash, you know? Do you think that's something Marvel Television will look at?
I think
in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think that would be a good direction for Marvel Television to actually take. It's a good approach, because I mean, once you have Legion, you might want to include other like mutants or other mutant groups like Excalibur or like Alpha Flight, or, you know, the other mutant groups that didn't get as much recognition as the X-Men. I mean, it'll be a good way to introduce them. Then you can subtly introduce other minor characters who actually were like pretty famous back in the day, but then they didn't get enough, like, you know, fan base and stuff, so they got wiped out. I mean, it'll be a good way to reintroduce them and like to fit them into the whole universe as well.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Devashish. That's all the time we've got today. That was just a quick look and impressions and thoughts on Legion, the TV show that's currently running. And yeah, thank you as always for subscribing, liking and following us. Do follow us on all social media sites, and like the video, comment on your thoughts and what you think of Legion. So thank you, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Take care now.